Let me show y'all this too. First Maccabees. All right, this the feast. It's the date of the feast. Them, celebrating what day they gonna celebrate the feast. All right. Okay. So we just won, just defeated the Greeks. I showed you we defeated the Greeks. By First Maccabees chapter 2, we had defeated the Greeks. So let me show you here. Chapter 5. First Maccabees chapter 5. Now, we got the Greeks, we got the Romans in play. If Esau is the Romans and the Greeks, how are we fighting these Esau? How is Judas fought against the children of Esau in Idumea at Arabatan? Because they besieged Israel. And he gave them a great overthrow and abated their courage and took their spoils. How is Judas fighting? How is Judas fighting the Esau if Esau is the Greeks and the Romans during this Maccabean period? We're doing 165 BC. You also see it here also. Afterward went Judas forth with his brethren and fought against the children of Esau in the land of Hebron and the towns thereof, and pulled down the fortresses of it, and burned the towers thereof round about. From thence he removed to go into the land of the Philistines, and passed through Samaria. And I'm going to destroy Samaria. And that's what I'm telling y'all. Y'all ain't reading. You just ain't. And they're not going to teach you this. They're not going to teach you this because they don't read. They're just regurgitating what's been taught to them by Abba Bivens and Ariyah. They putting up books and sources. They ain't reading them books. They going in there, they type in the keyword. They type in a keyword like black, and they find all the places where it's saying black and look at and try to pull it and try to use the source. Because he know that y'all not going to do it. All right. At the time, certain priests desirous to show their valor were slain in battle, for they went out to fight unadvisedly. So Judas turned to Azotus in the land of the Philistines, and when he had pulled down their altars and burned the carved images with fire, the spoil of the cities, he returned into the land of Judah. Again, y'all, it's right there in your face. Now, you're going to believe what you want to believe, but you can't say you believe this book, this Apocrypha. You can't say that you believe in the Apocrypha and then say that the Greeks that were putting us into in 167 that had us in persecution were Esau. Well, you can't tell me that you can't believe this book and say that Rome was Esau. When you see all of these people in play, when you see that when it's saying that Herod was put in place, Edomite was put in place by the Romans. You can't make them the Romans. Not at that particular point. You had to find another point. You had to find another timeline where that happens. Maybe later. Maybe later in history, 700 AD, something like that, or these folks. But you can't put them in that place before. You can't put them in the place with the biblical context. All right, Edomites are Edomites in the Bible. It just is what it is. They're not Romans. They're not Greeks. Anyway, pray this thing was edifying. Y'all be blessed. Shalom.